This is the best Persona 5 game in my opinion. Yes, I said it, but I need to know, what do you think makes the best Persona 5 game? Is it the characters, the Phantom Thieves? Is it the story that is being told? The gameplay, the side story, slice of life, the dating sim aspect of Royal? What is it that makes Persona 5 a good game to you? Well, to me, it's the gameplay. And I love the characters and the story. And this has a really good story, characters that you care about, and the gameplay is even better than the original Persona 5. I say this is the best Persona 5 game. It has 4 kingdoms, which are their versions of palaces. It is all based on a new character's cognition. We also get a Persona awakening in this game. The gameplay itself does a whole lot better than other spin-offs like Strikers. I really disliked Strikers. Now this one, as I said before, we have 4 kingdoms going on. They're all people in this person's life, and each character has like a specific reason why the character is how the character is. And I really like how it all blends together and how well they work with the other Phantom Thieves that are in his cognition world. LeBlanc seems to be a central point of all the kingdoms, because it turns out that was a special place to the new character. So it's actually kind of cool that they found a way to incorporate LeBlanc into the story. You meet new characters in this. They are Toshiro, Arena, the 4 kingdom bosses that if I tell you who they are, they kind of spoil some stuff, so I won't tell you that. It has some really funny dialogue that doesn't fit in like a normal game, but it's hilarious anyways. Like, just wait to see how powerful my mouth is, right? And you're like, oh my god. You just start dying laughing when you hear it. It just has some really funny dialogue throughout the story. You still get all the feel of the same characters. These are still the same characters in all the other Persona 5 games, whether it's Strikers, the singing and dancing one, or whatever, Starlight something, I don't remember. Persona 5 Royal. Morgana's a less moody kitty. What I really like about this game is that it's a tactic style game, and those are my favorite kind of video games. So it puts that above for me. Now, I know Persona 5 has like had the same artwork, and they changed this to a little more cutesy art style. I actually like this better, but the problem is with the art style is some of the characters you can't tell that they're old, and they still look like they are the same age as the Phantom Thieves. So it kind of, you don't know exactly. You get a choo-choo train, which is cool. I don't want to tell you what the choo-choo train is, but if you pay attention to the menu, you will know what the choo-choo train is. I figured it out after beating the game. I also played the DLC. The DLC gives you a Akechi, Violet, Kasumi, Joker, and it's an entirely different game. It adds a mechanic where you have paint on the floor. So when in the normal game you would go around using your melee to set up triple threats, which are the most fun thing in the game because you can move your characters until you use your action. So you can set up multiple triple threats that kill multiple people at a time, and it's so satisfying to get the entire board in one triple threat and kill them all. It is so satisfying. It's probably the coolest part of the game, is the triple threat and how you can set up huge combos. But in this one, there's paint, so you can't run up and melee them if they're on their paint color. So it kind of looks like Splatoon 2, and it's like paint everywhere. So it's kind of weird from a map design, but the mechanic where it adds paint, where you can stand in your own paint and take less damage, that they have to shoot you twice in order to get one plus one. Whatever allows you to attack multiple times after you down one. It gives you a whole new strategy of gameplay. Now, I beat this game on Merciless. It's not hard. It says if you make the wrong decision, it could hurt you, but it doesn't really hurt you. Most of the time, anytime I use the undo button is if I know I'm not going to beat it in time, because it gives you like a time limit for extra personas, which honestly I don't think is really that worth it. It has a skill tree, and based on how you do your skill tree, it changes a whole bunch of stuff in the game. It is actually pretty good skill tree, unlike a lot of other games. It feels a little long, but that is only because once you get past the first stage, it doesn't feel that long to level them up. But the first kingdom, when I did my first impressions, it felt long. It doesn't feel long after you meet the first kingdom, which I think is like 20 missions, so that's probably why it felt long. But the last 32, it feels like you're getting them a lot faster, and it's a lot better from a feel stance of getting your skill points. And it doesn't feel like the skills are wasted. So putting points into skills actually works depending on like your playstyle. Like getting a 2 knockback. Now I don't use that one a lot, but it can be huge for setting up triple threats. So it doesn't feel wasted, even though I don't use it personally, but it can help a lot with setting up triple threats, which is the thing you want to do. You want to try to set up a triple threat almost every turn, especially because you can heal from it. But back to the DLC, it has Akechi, Kasumi, and Joker. It takes place during Sai's palace, and they meet Luca, who is this little girl in a mouse suit, and it all has to do with graffiti. And that, we had people in the chat crying. It is such an emotional story that people were crying in my chat. It's really good storytelling, even with the DLC, even with the weird paint mechanic that changes the entire strategy of the game. So getting the DLC is totally worth it, because you have to think of new ways to do it rather than the ways you were doing it originally in the full gameplay. So I really like this game. It is a lot of fun. I recommend it to anyone who likes tactic style games, anyone who likes the Persona 5 games, because you do get some great character interactions. There is a part where you can have Joker think of whoever he's going to marry, and you can choose any of them except for Morgana. On one is really cute. The Makoto one is kind of funny. The Yusuke one is really funny. Haru's is like an emotional one. You get all these different types. It's really fun. You get great character interactions. You don't have Moopy Morgana like you do in going into Kumura's palace. So I really like this. I think it's the best Persona 5 games. If you like tactic style game, I recommend getting this. If you only played Persona 5 for like the dating sim slice of life aspect, that is not in this game, so I wouldn't recommend it for you. But if you love the characters and you love Persona 5, I would say give it a try. Wait till it's on sale. But this is my game of the year. It was Sea of Stars until I played this, and this has been my favorite game of the year. And that's everything. So bye!